Yo, what's going on, everybody out there? Welcome back to part 5 of my Arrow video collection shelf by shelf series. So we left off with the Aerodrome stuff, and we're going to do this little part of Takashi Miike section, and we'll get into the box sets here. All right, so first up here, going back to part 1 where we did the DVDs. So we're back onto a DVD here. We got Deadly Outlaw Reika. This one actually has Sonny Chiba, I believe, has actually got a small part in this movie too. Pretty good stuff, man. Man, it's crazy. 2010 Arrow films. That's crazy, man. But pretty awesome stuff. Yeah. Then we got the Dead or Alive trilogy here. Man, these movies are fucking awesome, man. So much fun. The first one's got the greatest ending. So cool. Dead or Alive 2, Birds, and Dead or Alive Final. Yeah, good shit right here, man. From Takashi Miike, or Mike, however you want to say his name. Don't crucify me. It's cool either way. All right, so we got the Black Society trilogy. Shinjuku, Third Society, Triad Society, Rainy Dog, and Ley Lines. These are awesome, man. This is a really good trilogy. I actually have these on DVD. Also, actually, I have a huge Takashi Miike collection that's just my Arrow stuff over here, but I do have like another 30 or 40 movies. Yeah, so this was an upgrade for me, but transfers are fantastic on here, man. Really good stuff if you like gangster films and shit. Yakuza films. The Happiness of the Katakuris. You know, you haven't seen a movie until you've seen this, man. I swear to God, this shit is just, it's batshit insane. It really is. It's fucking insane. Musical, it's weird, it's nasty, it's like combines scenes of grotesque stop motion animation, surreal musical numbers, and zombies. Yeah, it's perfect, man. It really is. I highly recommend this, man, if you've never seen it. I think it's from 2002. I watched it for it's 2000. Yeah, 2000. I think it was for the 2002 show. But yeah, it's a special breed of filmmaking right here. It's very unique and odd. Then we got the classic Audition, which, you know, everybody knows Audition. It's fantastic. It's got a crazy ending. What can I say about Audition, man? It's phenomenal. And this one right here, I have actually yet to watch, and that's Terraformers. Yeah, I don't know. I just haven't gotten around to this one, and I love me some Miike, or Takashi Miike, however you want to say his name. I don't really care. But yeah, let me know down below if you guys have seen this one. I have never actually watched this one, so. But I think there's more. Blade of the Immortals also released on Arrow. I do have another Blu-ray of it. That's why I just have never grabbed the Arrow one. But I should probably grab that one because I think that's the only Miike film that I don't have from Arrow. I don't know. And then, of course, we got the Graveyards of Honor box set from Takashi Miike here. It's got the original one and his remake, which is a very cool box set actually to have. That it comes with the original one too, which is really cool. It was an upgrade from my DVD, but I'd never actually seen the original one. In fact, actually, when I watched Graveyards of Honor, I didn't even know, or Graveyard of Honor, I didn't even know that there was an original film, so, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, so. Argento's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. This is the Blu-ray edition that came out, shortly before all these 4Ks came out. It's all of us freaking morons that buy like all the Italian stuff over and over and over again, you know, it's just catering to me. You're just spending another $50. So yeah, so that's the Blu-ray edition, and here's the 4K of The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, which the transfer looks phenomenal. It's got different artworks and stuff. I'm not going to take all these out because they'll just take way too long, but we all know. But yeah, look at the features on these things. Just ridiculous, dude. I think a lot of that's ported over. I haven't really compared too closely, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it is ported over. But yeah, the transfer on this is really good. So then we got the Cat of Nine Tails Blu-ray. Yeah, the original artwork right there. Good stuff. I guess you guys don't really want to see my foot in there. Oh yeah, it was totally too. Nobody wants to see that. My girl's feet. The Cat of Nine Tails. Yeah. So here's the 4K. edition of The Cat o' Nine Tails. You know, it's another great Argento giallo, as we all know. I've always been a big fan of it. I think it's a good one. Part of the Animal trilogy. Next up here is the oddly placed deep red Blu-ray edition, because it's, you know, this one right here, all these other ones are like hard boxes. This one's like kind of like a flimsy box. I don't know why they did this one like this. Now that I'm going through this, it's actually kind of ridiculous, because the next up is the 4K, which is of course in a hard box. But yeah, deep red is probably my it's up there with my favorite Argento film. I personally think it's his best movie, to be honest, but a lot of people have their own opinions. But I don't know, it's between this and Tenebrae probably. But I don't know. I go back and forth. Argento has so many great films that it's hard to, you know, your list could change almost every day. And then we got the 4K of Deep Red, aka Profondo Rosso. Yeah, I love this artwork, man. It's fantastic. I have actually yet to pop in the 4K. Somebody ripping by in their big fucking truck. Yeah, so got some Deep Red action right there. This one, this one came out so quick, man. I remember like Phenomena, I believe it did, and then all of a sudden it was like, then the 4K got announced. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so it's got, you know, all the cuts on here. It's got the Creepers American cut, which is highly shaved down. Yeah, like 83 minutes, and I think the long version's 116. It's ridiculous. There's 3 cuts of the movie on here. It's phenomenal. Really like this artwork, man, with my girl Jennifer Connelly. Good release. Awesome release, actually. And then we got the 4K of Phenomena with some very recognizable artwork right there. Rest in peace to Donald Pleasance. Yeah, I love me some Phenomena, man. It's a great movie. It's a really, really great movie. And then we got the 4K of Tenebrae, which I believe I just have the standard. Yeah, you guys would have saw that way one time ago on the top shelf. Just the standard. They never actually, it was never put out in one of these box sets, I don't think. But yeah, Tenebrae is, you know, it's just, you know, it's phenomenal. Don't really have to say a whole lot about these movies. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've probably seen all these. But yeah, we all know Tenebrae. It's amazing. Then we got Beyond the Door, which is, you know, just a straight, straight up Exorcist ripoff, like straight up. But it's so much damn fun. One of the funniest things about this movie is not the fact that it's just a blatant Exorcist ripoff, is the fucking kids in this movie are so damn funny because they're always cursing and shit. It's hilarious, man. This was an awesome upgrade from the Shriek Show DVD, man. I love Beyond the Door. It's great. It's one of my favorite Exorcist ripoffs, hands down. The Italians really know how to do those Exorcist ripoffs, man. Mill of the Stone Woman, great movie, man, from 1960, I believe. An Italian-French production. Yeah, here's the Italian, English exports, the French and U.S. version. There's like 4 cuts of this movie on here. It's just ridiculous, man. Like, these editions from Arrow are just getting out of control. Super nice. Great movie, man. Great atmosphere in this one. Early Italian stuff from 1960. The American Horror Project Volume 1 with Maldacetta's Carnival of Blood, The Witch Who Came from the Sea, and The Premonition. The Premonition is such a boring movie. It really is such a boring movie. It's not even a bad movie. It's just really boring. The Witch That Came from the Sea is a really great movie. Yeah, like this is such a mixed bag for the American Horror Project Volume 1. And then Maldacetta's Carnival of Blood, I would consider to be a bad movie, but I love it. It's a shitty, bad, awesome movie, if you know what I'm talking about. But The Witch That Came from the Sea, man, it's a great movie, man. It's got a lot of good stuff going on there. This was a good release. Really enjoyed that. Then Part 2 came out, and it came with Dark August, Dream No Evil, and The Child, which this was worth it just for The Child, because The Child is fucking awesome, man. The Child is such a great movie. Dream No Evil is okay. Dark August is, again, okay. But this is really worth the admission for The Child. It's a great, great film from, I think, 77 or something like that. something rather. But yeah, it was a great upgrade because the original DVD was released from that label. Yeah, it's so late and I'm tired now. You guys know what I'm talking about. It'll come to me. But yeah, great. That was unexpected. I didn't expect Arrow to be releasing that title. That was crazy. So next up here we got the House box set, the collection. This is all four. I think in America it was only released as the first two. I think that's how it worked. They only had the rights to release the first two. House 3, also known as the Horror Show. I hate House 3, man. I'm not a big fan. I'd rather watch part 4 just for the stupid fucking pizza scene. It's ridiculous. House 4 is like a straight up comedy. It's ridiculous. But the first two are fun films, man. They're really good. I like George Wendt. He's awesome. But yeah, the House collection, pretty good stuff. The Jose Ramon Laurens set right here. Good shit, man. This is really cool stuff. It's got Whirlpool, which is a great film. Vampires, which is awesome. And of course, Violation of a Bitch, aka The Coming of Sin, which I have not actually watched yet, believe it or not. But I'm a big fan of Laurens' films. I own pretty much everything that he's ever put out. And the guy's got a very interesting career. Like, these are early films right here. And we talked about Laurens earlier with some of his films that, you know, yeah, we talked about it earlier. But yeah, Violation of the Bitch, I heard, isn't really even a horror film. It's kind of like a drama exploitation type deal. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out. Let me know down below if you guys have checked it out. Yeah, because I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on the movie. So, but George A. Romero's Between Night and Dawn, which of course consists of There's Always Vanilla, Season of the Witch, and of course the awesome original Crazies, which I really love that movie. Season of the Witch is an interesting one. It's kind of mid-level for me with Romero, and There's Always Vanilla is definitely, I think it has its fans, but it's an oddball movie. And I get the story, you know, why he did the movie and why he did that stuff, because he didn't want to be pigeonholed as like a, you know, as a fucking just straight up horror director and stuff like that. It kind of made sense, but then he went and made There's Always Vanilla, and, you know, yeah, the rest is history, really. So, yeah, very, very cool box. It's very unexpected from Arrow, but very cool. Then we got the William Griffey collection. I always say his name wrong. I have not really dug into this box. I've seen Mako, the Jaws of Death before, and I think that's the only movie I've actually seen from here. But it comes with these 8 films, which is really damn cool. So, Florida-based director. I do know a little bit about him. I've seen a bunch of stuff about him. So, yeah, it's regional stuff. And, yeah, got to dig into this. I know my man Dave is, I think, watched and reviewed all those movies. Pretty cool. Then we got the awesome Bob Hoskins double feature, The Long Good Friday, Mona Lisa. 2 amazing films. I still don't understand why they did these in these like weird digipack things. This was a strange box set. If you've never seen these movies, man, oh, they're fucking amazing. Long Good Friday is classic. Mona Lisa is classic. These are amazing. Bob Hoskins, super, super underrated actor, in my opinion. He doesn't get mentioned, you know, a lot, but he's great, man. He was great in Super Mario Brothers too. Like no one ever said that before. Alejandro Jodorowsky's box set here, with we got everything in here. The Holy Mountain, El Topo. Yeah, you know, Jodorowsky's films are not for everybody. In fact, I actually haven't even seen the other ones on here. The Fandu Y, I've never seen it before, and Psycho Magic I've never watched, so I gotta check those out sometime. But yeah, he's definitely a different type of filmmaker, that's for damn sure. If you've seen El Topo and The Holy Mountain, which a lot of people have, they are, I would say, probably movies you really wouldn't be able to make today, but very interesting, trippy shit. Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge with fucking Pauly Shore, directed by Richard Fleischman. Yeah, he also did, we just talked about him recently too. He did Doom Asylum and Scared Stiff, along with this movie too. You know, I love me some movies set in malls. This one isn't a great movie, but it's a fun one. I love Pauly Shore in this movie. He's great. It's like Pauly Shore before he was actually Pauly Shore. It's kind of funny, but he's still kind of Pauly Shore, if that makes sense. Very overdone release for Phantom of the Mall in reality, because I don't think anyone ever needed a big deluxe release for Phantom of the Mall. You know, it was one of those movies that was kind of stuck in VHS obscurity. I mean, it was a well-known film, I think, among the horror genre fans, but I actually do have a VHS of this too, but it just had never made its way to DVD or Blu-ray, so this was quite the jump. I mean, a little hectic for it though, but you know. The original Candyman, yeah, I have to say the original Candyman. That's crazy, or the first Candyman, I should say, or whatever you want to call it. What are your guys' thoughts on the remake, or the newest Candyman, if you want to call it remake, or whatever you want to call it? Yeah, the original Candyman is a film that I like. I'm definitely in the minority on my feelings for this movie. I like this movie. I don't love it. I've never been in love with Candyman. I always like the premise. I just think the execution at times is there is parts in the film that falter for me a little bit. I think that they get away from the core narrative a little bit in the film. Kind of drives me nuts when I watch it, but yeah, it's still a great movie. It's still a great movie, but I'm not afraid to say Candyman in the mirror. Yeah. Anyways, The Last House on the Left. This is the Region A copy. I have two of these. I got one up here too. I have a Region B because I actually bought the Region B one first, and then Amazon was selling these things for like I don't know if it was a price mistake, but I went and bought like 6 of them. They were like $6 a piece or something like that. It was crazy. And so I kept one for myself and I just gave a bunch away and stuff like that to other people because they were ridiculously cheap. I'm like, why not just buy them and give away? But yeah, Last House on the Left. I mean, classic Craven stuff. Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm just going to move this one over here. All right, so The Hills Have Eyes, some more Craven. Classic shit. I believe this one's actually on 4K also. I did not pick up the 4K. I just did not see when it comes to Italian shit, I'll just buy every release because I'm ridiculous like that. But when it comes to this, I'm not going to grab the 4K. It is what it is. I'm sure the transfer's fine. It's nothing to do with that. I'm perfectly happy with the Blu-ray of The Hills Have Eyes. I am a big fan of this. I love the remake too. The remake is phenomenal. Super good. And then the Hills Have Eyes Part 2, the Craven Paycheck movie. You know, this movie's been hated on forever, and I don't know if it was because this movie got such a great release, but I noticed that a lot of people were like, you know what, I kind of like The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, and I'm like, seriously? Yeah, I've been actually saying, I've always been a fan of The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. I don't think it's a great movie by any means, but it's entertaining, and that's really all that matters to me. There's just fucked up things that are happening in this movie. It's a wonky film. You can tell it had production problems, but yeah, it's entertaining, and it's just ridiculous. I mean, obviously it got this type of release because The Hills Have Eyes Part 1 had a really nice release, so why not just make it matching? It looks good on the shelf, right? Yeah, that's what matters. All right, so here is Creepshow 2. This is actually the Arrow Video C, which stands for Canada. This was the very first release. I don't even know if they're even still doing Canadian releases or whatever, but that's why it probably looks different to some people watching this video right now. I think the American one is red. That's why this one is blue. It's because it's a Canadian version. So there's nothing different. It's just the artwork's a different color. Yeah, Creepshow 2. It's really, really good shit, man. I love Creepshow 2. And then this is another release that I thought was absolutely hilarious. Hilarious to get the type of release that it actually got, but Bloodbath. This, I think it has like 4 different cuts of the movie on here and stuff, and it's not even really that great. Man, I can't remember like all the differences, but there is quite a big difference in some of the versions and stuff. But yeah, man, like it's just like this is the type of things that Arrow was doing, like putting out like just ridiculous editions for films like Bloodbath that really I'd be happy with just a standard edition. I mean, it really just has a flimsy kind of slipbox here with 4 different cuts, but you know, very cool to have because who else is doing releases like this? But it's not really the greatest movie in the world, let's put it that way. And then getting into actually one of my all-time favorite movies, 1985 is like one of the, man, 85 has like 6 or 7 just ridiculously standout horror films, man. Re-Animator being one of them. This is another interesting release. They got these digibooks in here and stuff, but it's a Re-Animator. I have so many copies of this movie. It is ridiculous. The integral version. I am not the biggest fan of it, to be honest. I did watch it. I was like, okay, whatever. I prefer just the regular unrated cut of the film, but it was pretty cool to check it out anyways. So, but yeah, cool release. Like the artwork on there. It's different. Now, I wish... Now, see, the problem is with this is that this is like one of those kind of flimsy boxes. And I do like what they did with this. It's just I wish it was in a hard box. The artwork's awesome. Like you got the fucking finger, the hand with the eyeballs and shit. And Bride of Re-Animator. It's a great sequel, man. It really is. It's a really good sequel. Jeffrey Combs, one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He didn't want to stop talking. It was amazing, and he's tied for my favorite actor of all time. I love Jeffrey Combs. Yeah, some of these earlier editions, they kind of did these like little more flimsy boxes, but I wasn't complaining when Society got this type of release. The Brian Usna film, I always like to ask people like what their reaction was when they first watched this movie, because like when you're watching this movie, you really don't have any clue where it's gonna go, and then where it goes, you're just like, God damn, what the fuck? It's totally it's like that typical what the fuck moment in a film. But the end of this movie is just batshit, man. I'm such a big fan of Society. I actually feel like rewatching this right now. Very nice embossed cover and shit like that. Good job by Arrow. And then we got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Deuce. Another film that I have like a love-hate relationship with it. It's funny. I always tell people, and if you've listened to the podcast, you probably heard me say this before, but it's one of those movies I love the first half of the movie more than the second half, believe it or not. I love the first half of this movie. In fact, in the first half, it has probably one of my all-time favorite, if not one of the greatest scares in horror history, man, is when Leatherface comes ripping through that wall at the radio station. That shit fucking still makes me jump. I know it's coming and it still makes me jump. And I've seen millions of movies. I shouldn't be jumping like a little pansy, but it gets me every time because it's just done so damn well, man. Fuck. That's like one of the greatest things Tobe Hooper ever did, man. Was that fucking scare. It's just amazing. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the first half of this film. The second half I don't hate. I just don't love it as much as first, but TCM 2, yeah. Oh man, I'm totally these stupid J cards. I fucking hate those things. All right, so yeah, RoboCop. This is just the regular Blu-ray. I know it's on 4K. It's got steel books and all that shit. I still contemplate. I don't know if it's sold out on the 4K or whatever, but I wouldn't actually mind just getting it because I love RoboCop. It's actually one of my all-time favorite movies of any genre. This is a movie that I watched so many times growing up. And then never actually seen the uncut version until later, like when it got released in the 2000s or whatever. It might have been released before that, but I don't know. And then being like, holy shit! It was just so noticeable, the stuff that was cut. You're like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, RoboCop is fucking amazing. It's amazing. Love it. Speaking of amazing films, if you ever see something with Corbucci's name on it, watch it. It's always amazing. He does some of the best Westerns, and of course he did the original Django with Franco Nero, which is amazing. I could watch this movie any day of the week and never get sick of it. So happy that this came out. I know it was like pulled, and then it came out again. So, yeah. Awesome. Django. Yeah, this is probably still one of my most just what the fuck moments for Arrow was releasing Tremors. I couldn't believe that this movie got this type of treatment. It doesn't really fit their MO, I guess. I don't know. I mean, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Like, was Tremors a weird release for Arrow? I don't know why. I just think it's strange because they have mostly released, cult horror and other type cult films and, Asian films, and they've kind of stuck to that international type thing and lots of cult films and stuff. They have released some kind of mainstream things and stuff like that, but this one just kind of like caught me off guard. But with that said, I'm not complaining because I think Tremors is a masterpiece, man. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I love Tremors. In fact, I like the whole franchise. I really do. It's got 7 films, and I think they're all pretty solid. I think the last one is not you know, it's probably the weakest one, but I still really enjoy it. The ending's really sad. And I think I heard a rumbling that they're going to make another one. I was like, what the fuck? You can't do that. You literally can't do that. But yeah, Tremors, it's fantastic, man. Just so many good memories of that. And I love Reba McEntire in that film too. She's great. She's fucking awesome. Props to her. American Werewolf in London. I've talked about this movie so many damn times. Again, I don't even know if this, like, if I was to make another top 10 werewolf film list, I don't know where this one would be. I'm not even sure it would be in my top 5. I know I said it, but that's just my favorites. I think it's a great movie. I don't know, man. I just think there's, like, I prefer The Howling. I know a lot of people don't, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter. But I'm not saying The Howling's actually a better movie than this. I just prefer The Howling. American Werewolf in London is a great movie. I just think there could be some things that, you know, I've reviewed this movie so many times. If you want to hear more on it, go check out one of the reviews. But yeah, it's American Werewolf in London. You can't deny the effects in the movie are fucking phenomenal. Next up here is Twisted Knife, the Claude Chabrol box set here. I reviewed all these movies in actually one video. It's long, so I about 8-9 minutes a piece kind of thing. But very interesting filmmaker, French filmmaker. He has an undeniable style to his movies. He manages to keep the same type of feel and atmosphere to them right to the end, and they all deal with like kind of family issues and social issues and within families and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool, man. I really like this guy's film. I like to see more. And it's interesting, this box set. It comes very late in his career. I think it's like around the 50th film that he had done in his career. Like, these are all like in sequence in the 90s and stuff, and pretty cool stuff. Check out that video that I have up if you want to know more about his films. And that's just not going in because these fucking J cards are annoying as hell. Then we got the True Romance 4K release. The classic Tony Scott film with the amazing cast. We all know what the cast is like in this film. Oh, man. I still remember watching this movie when it came out back in the day, because I was such a big Christian Slater fan. I always liked Christian Slater. I wish Pump Up the Volume would get a great release. Does it have a good release? I don't even know. Does it have a good Blu-ray release? Let me know down below. I can't remember right now. Like I said, I'm really tired. I'm kind of delirious. So, yeah. True Romance, written by Quentin Tarantino. It's a fantastic movie. We all know that. What am I telling you guys before you guys know that? I'll try to put this back in. Ooh, I got it. All right, so we got the Ring collection. Yeah. The Ring 2, and Ring O. You know, there is so many damn fucking Ring movies, and like, I don't even know how to stress. Like, if you take the originals and then you take the remakes and then you take all these like kind of, like, there's this whole Ring world and stuff, and I don't know, man. I can't keep track of all that shit, dude. It's ridiculous. Are you guys? So, I have actually never watched Ring O before. It's a Lost original sequel. Yeah, so I've never actually seen Ring O before. Are you guys like an original Ring fan or remake fan? I actually do like the American Ring. I don't like the American Ring 2. I thought that was pretty shitty. That was the one with Naomi Watts, isn't it? Or was she in that one? Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I like Ring O. The original one's really good. But cool box set though. So I guess we're getting to some Asian. I think everything else here is like Asian. This is an amazing box set. The Female Prisoner Scorpion complete collection. Yeah, man. Female Prisoner Scorpion. The collection: Female Prisoner 701 Scorpion, Female Prisoner Scorpion Jailhouse 41, Female Prisoner Scorpion. I don't need to. You guys can read this. These are all fantastic. Female jail films and shit. They're fucking. They're just batshit awesome, man. I believe that these are actually on Shudder. When I think about it, I think these actually made their way to Shudder, and they might still be on there. I'm not 100% sure. I think this is the original box that they reissued this, and it might be red. I don't know. This is the first edition, if you're just wondering why it's a different color than the one that you might know. But yeah, this is, cool box set. Speaking of awesome Asian box sets, man, the Stray Cat Rock box set, these are fucking awesome, man. Great movies. Delinquent Girl Boss, Wild Jumbo, Sex Hunter, Machine Animal, and Beat 71. Oh, man, these are fantastic. Miko Kaji, of course, from Lady Snowblood, is in. What can I say? Just check these out. These are awesome. Really awesome. Now, I haven't actually got to this. Outlaw Gangster VIP, the complete collection. I actually have never seen any of these movies, and I really need to change that sometime. Let me know down below if you guys have checked these out. Let me know your thoughts on them. But Gangster VIP Part 2, Heartless. Where's that? Gord the Assassin. I can't, there's so much glare, I can't see. But anyways, I haven't seen these, so looking forward to checking these out. They're obviously like gangster films and shit, so yeah. All right, and then I just picked this up, the OK Monsters collection. So I have not actually checked these out yet, but it's got the 4 films in here, right there. So, and I love me some kaiju shit. So, looking forward to checking these out sometime. Pretty cool. And then we got the, oh yeah, the Tsukamoto collection. Tsukamoto, however you say his name. I'm so bad with the Japanese names. But the guy that did Tetsuo 1 and 2. Bullet Ballet is another great movie. Snake of June is fantastic. That's what I've seen from here. I haven't seen Tokyo Fist yet, or the Kokoko and Killing. Yeah, I haven't seen those yet, so. But yeah, fucking awesome box set. There actually is a third Tetsuo too, which is, yeah, whatever. It's not that great, so. But yeah, there's a lot of movies in here, man. So do yourself a favor. Snake of June is definitely an amazing film. This is just an extra copy of Road Cops and Racketeers. I'll get to that later. The Kinju Fukusaku's Battle Without Honor and Humanity. A huge ass box set, which I still need to break into. I haven't gotten around to these because I want to sit down and just, watch all these movies because it's like so damn long. It's so long. I know they actually edited like the Battles Without Honor and Humanity, the complete saga. I know they kind of put all these movies into one. I'm not sure how they edited it, and exactly how long it is, but it's just ridiculous though. So, but yeah, so this is the entire box set. The 5 films. Yeah, and then this is the new one, the new Battles Without Honor and Humanity. I've been really wanting to check these out, man. But, so, here's the movies. Fucking awesome. Good shit. All right, so that is going to do it for part 5 here. And yeah, I'll be back with part 6 sooner than later. All right, guys. And as usual, deuces!